Good morning, everyone. My name is Bahtat Pana. I am an English teacher at College Catering and Service in Nur Sultan. Today we'll have demonstrative lesson on the theme fashion designers. So students, let's start our lesson. The theme of the lesson is famous fashion designers. What is a fashion designer? In order to answer my question, we will watch a video.
Coco Chanel was Time magazine's only fashion designer to top its 100 most important people of the century.
She truly is an incredible trailblazer.
She came from nothing and built an empire.
The fashion of Coco Chanel has stood the test of time.
Gabrielle Bonheur Chanel was born in Saumur, France on August 19, 1883. As Coco Chanel, she revolutionized women's fashion. But as a young woman, Chanel struggled with a dark childhood.
Coco Chanel grew up in a convent, an orphanage, and that was where she learned how to sew. Her mother had died, and her father basically abandoned Chanel and her two sisters.
She got the name Coco because she performed in cabarets and was given sort of that term of endearment. Coco Chanel was a true party girl.
Chanel became the mistress of Englishman Arthur Boyd Capel and was able to finance her first Paris hat shop in 1910. But it was on vacation in Deauville where a simple reinvention of her lover's jersey shirt changed the world of fashion.
At the time, women were trapped in corsets, and fashion was restrictive for women. They couldn't eat, they couldn't breathe. Coco Chanel changed all of that. She looked at it and said, this isn't how a modern woman should dress. This is how men dress us.
She introduced things like collared shirts with ties for women and boater hats, things that had previously been part of the male wardrobe.
Chanel continued to create new innovations, introducing the legendary Little Black Dress in 1926, and was the first designer to ever lend her name to a fragrance.
Chanel No. 5 opened up this whole new channel of business for luxury fashion, and now a lot of the money that luxury fashion labels make is from fragrance and cosmetics.
The Little Black Dress is so incredibly revolutionary. To this day, it's the thing that we go to in our closet.
Some of Chanel's trademark designs include the striped sailor shirt, the quilted Chanel purse, the two-tone Chanel pump, and the Chanel suit, of course.
In 1939, World War II caused Chanel to close her shops. But the end of the war saw her triumphant comeback to the fashion world, rebuilding a dynasty that lives on today through designer Karl Lagerfeld.
The reason Coco Chanel is still so compelling 40 years after her death is that she refused to follow trends. As a result, her work has never dated.
Coco Chanel died in 1971 at the age of 87. But today there are more than 300 Chanel stores worldwide, and the Chanel empire sells almost $3 billion in product each year.
She is the epitome of classic woman. There will be no other Chanel.
Students, we have watched video. Let's ask, we answered the question, what is a fashion designer? Fashion designers hold a special place in our world. They love to study fashion trends, sketch designs, select materials, and have a part in all the production aspects of their designs. Fashion designers create women's, men's, and children's apparel. This might include sportswear, maternity wear, outerwear, underwear, formal wear, eyewear, and footwear. Let us define some characteristics that are peculiar to fashion designers. Students, pay attention to the vocabulary of the lesson. World-class fashion designers are and their inspiring stories. If you love being creative and you are passionate about fashion, then a career In fashion designing, Will Sweet use the best. So here we have a list of 5 famous fashion designers who will inspire you with their success stories. So students, check our vocabulary. Complete the gaps with a word from the text. Dedication, communicator, reward, design, shoots, living. Number 1. It takes hard work and dedication to make a career in fashion. Number 2. Alex went to the Royal College of Art where she learned more about textile design. Number 3. Alex hires in the model, makeup artist and photographer for her fashion shoots. Number 4. To be a good makeup artist, you need to be a good communicator, creative and thick-skinned. Number 5. I just absolutely love photography and to make a living, creative living with you through my work. Number 6. The reward for designers like Alex is choosing the style which people are wearing from season to season. Students, look at these pictures. There are the most famous fashion designers: Coco Chanel, Tom Ford, Donatella Versace, Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, Christian Dior. The first famous fashion designer that we are considering, Coco Chanel. Fashion fades, only style remains the same. She was a French fashion designer and a businesswoman. Students, here are more interesting facts about Coco Chanel. Chanel is a self-made woman, famous for timeless designs, trademark suites, and little black dresses. She was raised in an orphanage and taught to sew. She had diminutive career as a singer before opening her first clothes shop in 1910. She launched her first perfume named Chanel No. 5 worldwide. In 1926, she designed and introduced the little black dress. Giorgio Armani. Giorgio Armani is the Italian fashion designer. He is popularly known for the uniqueness, elegance, and style in the fashion line. Apart from clothing, he has expanded the company's horizons into perfumes with unique fragrances, hotels, restaurants, and cafes worldwide. Later, in 1979, Giorgio established Giorgio Armani Corporation, Armani Junior, Armani Jeans, and Emporio Armani, that consisted of more stylish products of affordable prices. Armani also made a great impact on Hollywood by designing costumes for actors like Penelope Cruz, Anne Hathaway, and Megan Fox, etc., in more than 100 films. Calvin Klein is more than the most famous American fashion designer of the 20th century. Today, his name can be found on hundreds of products, including menswear, women's wear, underwear, jeans, fragrances, eyeglasses, bedsheets, rugs, furniture, and much more. Klein has won every major fashion award, and his fashions are in the collections of both the Guggenheim Museum and the Museum of Modern Art in New York. The renowned fashion designer Donatella Versace. Donatella Versace inherited the Versace empire from her brother and later gave her own label Versus. In February 2001, Donatella launched her own fragrance called Versace Woman. Under her arena, Versace moved beyond the clothing to include accessories, home furnishings, and hotels, morphing Versace into a complete lifestyle brand. The next one that we are considering is the listening task, clothing and fashion. While listening, you should choose the right option.
Hi, this is Shayna from EspressoEnglish.net, and in today's lesson you're going to test your listening and expand your vocabulary. The theme of the lesson is clothing and fashion, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my opinion and experiences, and after you watch the video you can take the quiz under the video and also read the transcript where I explain some of the vocabulary words. Let's get started. Growing up, clothing and fashion were not important to me at all. I was definitely a tomboy, not a girly girl, so I would rather play sports or go hiking than dress up or braid hair or play with makeup. And I took this lack of fashion sense into college, where I dressed mostly in t-shirts and soccer shorts. I only really started paying attention to my clothing when I started to work, and then I started to buy clothes that were a little more professional, more attractive, and more flattering for my body type. But despite this transition, I still don't really enjoy the process of shopping for clothes. For me, it's more frustrating than anything else, mainly because it's so difficult for me to find clothes that fit. I'm short, so usually pants need to be hemmed, and my body type is very muscular, so it's just difficult to find styles that fit me and look good on me at the same time. I don't have a favorite store, and I really couldn't care less about designer clothing. In my opinion, it's overpriced, and you're paying really for the name and to impress other people with the fact that you have a $300 pair of jeans. I also pay no attention whatsoever to what's trendy or what's in style. In my opinion, fashion is a very individual matter, and not every style is going to look good on every person. And also not every person is going to feel comfortable with every style. I think it has a lot to do with your personality and how you express yourself through your clothing.
So let's check the answer together. Number 1, going hiking. Number 2, athletic. Number 3, it's hard to find clothes that fit. Number 4, overpriced. The next, match the vocabulary with the correct definition and write from E to H next to the numbers from 1 to 8. Number 1, a talent or special ability for creating things. Number 2, exciting and attractive. Number 3, not easily offended or upset. Number 4, photography session. Number 5, strong support for a loyalty to something. Number 6, to produce in a factory. Number 7, a job or profession that you do for a long life. Number 8. The typical working hours of an office job. Here you can express your ideas about this lesson with some following comments. You may have comments like, I am interested in fashion, I'm fond of clothes trends, and I love watching fashion shows. I used to dream to be a fashion designer, but now I don't want to work in this industry. I still love fashion, but I'd like to have another job. I am not interested in fashion because it's not interesting for me and I think it's boring. The next. Yes, I am interested in fashion because through fashion you can see the soul and the character of a person. Students, lesson is over. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.